So good morning. I think it's just past 9 o'clock. Not enough money to get up to when I've just finished work. So what I'm going to do in this video, obviously you're going to see my training exercises a bit later in the video. But I thought today, because I want to try something new with the diet. Obviously I've never shown my diet on these videos. So what I'll do for the first time is start documenting my diet phase. I am going to change it depending on what I am training. Mostly because when I have to train like legs or anything like that, I don't want to go with stuff that's completely bloated my stomach, so I can't do squats. So yeah, it's just first of all for you to see what I do to help me get, well, for bulking basically. So I think the first half of this video possibly will just be doing a bit of talking, a bit of showing you what I'm going to eat and what supplements I'll be taking. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. If you watch the video, you do like, please subscribe. If you've got any ideas or anything you've heard of or want something you think might be good but you're not too sure about, send us a message. That's not just on the training but also the dieting. I will also let you know at the end of the day how I felt for the diet, or if there's anything else I would change or add into it or maybe take out. But yeah, so my breakfast first of all, I'm going to show you in a minute what I put down, but I'm going to say, sorry, is 3 slices of bacon, 3 whole eggs, 3 Weetabix, which I put milk and I put in the microwave a bit to let it warm up, a tablespoon of chocolate spread, trust me, it's a treat, and a cup of tea. See if I can get this in the video from the way it looks, but yeah, breakfast. And then I think the next meal after this is my protein shake. I'll have 2 of them a day and see how it goes, because obviously I'm trying something new today, so you have to bear with me about what I'm explaining. But yeah, here we go. So here we are. So second meal is sort of like a snack between breakfast and my dinner. So what it basically much is just a protein shake and a ham and cheese toast. The protein shake is whey protein, but it's 2 scoops of ice cream. I know we put blueberries in, but the problem is with getting blueberries from shops I buy my stuff from is this packs are quite small. They only last me maybe a couple of days, because I have 2 of these protein shakes a day, which you'll see later on in the video. And yeah, but at the moment I've been using grapes. It still tastes alright to me, but it lasts long because it's a massive pack of mixed grapes. So obviously I don't think I put as much milk in this time, because obviously it's going to be quite full at the top, so I think it's going to be quite thick, which I don't really like. I like it quite light, to be honest. And just 1 ham and cheese toasty. And then we do go with 2, but because it's going to be about maybe an hour or just under an hour before I have my dinner. Now I don't normally have it this late in the day. It's just, I think it's just after 11 o'clock. I normally have about 11:15 maybe. The only reason is because I've been doing stuff in the flat just to sort stuff out. But yeah, have this, and then the next time you'll see me will be my dinner. So I'll catch you then. So now we're on to the next meal. This will probably be my last meal up until training. Obviously I'll do, you'll see in the next bit of when I take the when I talk about pre-workout. That'll be what I'll be actually taking as well. So the next meal is going to be a cheeseburger, patty crisps, and now I've seen these in the shop for a while now, and I'm going to give them a go. Obviously, like I said, I'm not going to show you me eating on the videos. There's no point doing that. The main reason I got these is because they are 39% protein. Obviously, when you're trying to bulk and you're doing a lot of training for muscle, you do want as much protein as you can in your meals. So I'll show you what I'm going to be eating, or trying. I've had one earlier, obviously the packet's open. Never had them before. They're a bit of a shock for flavour and for taste. Obviously when you hear people training, especially when they're trying to put size on, they always say they're not eating for the taste, they're eating just to get the stuff in the system. That's really what I'm trying to do. Oh, I better show you this as well. So obviously, when you're eating, I would say mix your healthy and unhealthy, because I think my last meal of the day will be proper healthy. And when you're doing, because I've done diets in the past where it's been absolutely healthy as hell to a point where it's just no taste. I've discovered that when you go to eat stuff, what I'm about to show you, it's 100% better, which is just sweets. Now I buy these for work more than anything else, but I do have them when I'm off as well, which is just food gummies. I always say have them is probably better when you're eating healthy, because you need a bit of taste. If you're eating pure healthy and just tasteless food, it's horrendous. You don't want that. So yeah, so I'm about to have this. Probably next thing you'll see me will be discussing the pre-workout, and then after that it'll be the training videos. So yeah, see you then. Okay, so before we get started, the training aspect of the video, I really want to go over this a little bit first, because obviously I've had a few questions, not only from people from work. I've had a few who I've seen in the gym a few months ago. Obviously people train different times, so I haven't been able to ask them if they've actually tried pre-workout. So this is a bit of advice, mostly because of the fact that what I've went through. So right now I'm currently using, I don't know if you can actually see that, Warriors Rage. So it is a good pre-workout. However, if you are someone starting off, do not use it. It's very strong. Obviously I've started off with C4, which is quite a low level of caffeine. It's like anything, it's like when you eat more food, your body gets used to it, you gotta eat more. With the same with people who drink alcohol, your body sort of gets used to it. It's the same with caffeine for pre-workout. The more you take, the more your body gets used to it, the more you've got to go look for supplements that are a bit stronger, or you end up putting more scoops in. If you are someone who does use pre-workout and you are looking for something different, I would suggest this. Follow the instructions. Now, when I first took this, I misread the instructions, I should say. It says, I think it says scoop and a half. I did 2 scoops and I did squats. Now, one, it gave me a tingling feeling, but my god, my whole body was all over the place. I was squats, and the fact of the matter is, it so makes you need the toilet more than anything else, because it's very strong. I haven't got much left of this, and when I'm finished it, I won't be using pre-workout for, because I want my caffeine levels to come down. That way I can go back to doing one of the other supplements I used to take. Like I mentioned, C4 is not very high level caffeine. I would love to go back to that for a bit. Obviously I do try different flavours. I think blue raspberry is one of the best ones. Right now I'm using Savage Strawberry. It isn't that bad, but I do normally put juice in just to give it that bit extra flavour. But when I do come off the pre-workout properly, I will still be doing some sort of caffeine, but it won't be like tea or coffee like I've seen a lot of people drink, which I wouldn't advise. This makes you more thirsty. For me, it'd be more like energy drinks. I do drink them, energy drinks, on Monday and Friday, because I work that night, and for me, I need that little kick for training. Pre-workout, I wouldn't take early in the morning, because one, I need to go back to bed. Obviously, I was doing night shift, so if I take pre-workout, I won't sleep. Go to work absolutely tired, can't work, brain's all over the place, heart rate's still going, and it takes a lot to take out of it. I will be going to do energy drinks, like I said, but it won't just be like from Monday to Friday, it'll be for the whole training. And I'll probably do that for about maybe 2 to 3 weeks, get the caffeine levels down. Once I've done that, I'm going to go back to doing the pre-workout, or depending on how my training goes, because if I'm still getting a good effects from training with the energy drinks, I might do it for a bit longer. But obviously we're in a situation with the country now where things are getting more expensive. Energy drinks are quite expensive. These pre-workouts aren't that bad actually, and they do last a long time. It's just, for me, I'm trying to bring the caffeine levels down. If you're someone who doesn't do pre-workout or has health issues with doing pre-workout, which I've known people to do, the best thing to do is like bananas, any sort of fruit that gives you a bit of like energy, slow release energy, which is what you need more than anything else. This stuff gives you that quick fix. But yeah, The only reason why I'm putting this in the video is because I haven't done it before. I've obviously mentioned supplements, but I haven't actually shown you what I take. Hopefully in future videos I will start showing you what I do eat. I'm trying different diets. I want to go with the right one and then show you. Other supplements like protein shakes. I wouldn't normally show you what I'm going to have after training. However, I want to do it as one whole day of just showing you what I eat and what I take. So yeah, so hopefully this will be the last bit. Then hopefully after this you'll see the training exercises. So thanks. So first exercise. Now I went back to doing dumbbells. One, because the Swift machine, I didn't feel like I was able to lift any heavier than normal. So I went back to doing dumbbells, and I find with the dumbbells right now, going back at them, it's actually much better for my chest. I'm going to be changing the way I'm doing the dumbbells in the next chest video I'll do within a couple of months' time. But with this, I always find doing the dumbbells better. One, because if you don't have a spotter, it means you can just drop the weights by your side. Two, you can get, if you come further down, you get that bit more of a stretch on your chest, which means for the incline, I always say this, if you do a lot more incline stuff than flat bench, you build the chest better. I will at some point show you pictures of my progress of how my body looks for the top off, more because I can see a massive difference in myself when I'm training. But I always say go to dumbbells first for this. But yeah, either try to do it with dumbbells or try and do it with a barbell if you can. Now, this will never probably change for a while, doing cables for flies. Now, the main reason is because I find that, like I've said in previous videos, whether your hands are up there or going further down, you're always getting that, always working the chest. Now, I always try and do slow and concentrate if possible. I know it is quite hard, especially for this, because this one is my heavy set. So I always start with 3 sets heavy. The next clip will be a lighter weight, but it'll be crossing over the arms, which is what you're going to see in a minute. But for this, by the time I do this, my chest has got that major pump. I'm starting to feel a lot more in my chest. And I do like this. I don't like using dumbbells for flies. I prefer cables more than anything else. So, again, back doing this one. The only difference is, like I said, I'm doing a crossover. Now, obviously, I have shown you it a lot in different videos. This will never change until I can find a new solution to do it without having to use the dumbbells. I think with the cables, when you're doing it with a lighter weight, very slow and concentrate, and once you get that top, if you do a massive squeeze for your chest, by the time you've done your first set of this, and you stand up and you take that breath, you can feel it strain your chest. It's a massively good pump. I absolutely love doing it that way. I think for this, if I could get a machine, instead of using cables, just do like a machine that can do it instead, if I incline, it'd be 100% better. But again, I probably won't change this. Now, what you didn't see, which I didn't show you, which is when I tried doing this before, this is my last set of this, but when I tried doing it with the first 2 sets, what I tried to do was like a crossover version of this, like what I did for the flies. The only problem is that when I started doing it, I felt it more on getting closer to my shoulders, as if I was trying to do like a reverse clip of mixture of chest and shoulders at the same time, which I didn't actually like. So for this instead, what I've done is went lighter weight, slow it up, and as I get to the top, try and hold it for 1 or 2 seconds. Now, the only issue with doing this on the part of your chest is the fact you can't go any like ridiculously heavy. You have to go light. It's not possible to go heavy because eventually your form starts to go, and it's basically much you just trying to swing up the weight. Now, I went back to doing this because, 1, it's a new exercise that I haven't done in a long time. 2, it actually does help the chest. Obviously, this flat, you can't do this on an incline. I've tried so many different ways in the gym to try and do it, but it's not possible. Obviously, it's doing the inner part of your chest. Again, it's another part of the muscle within chest you are growing. Like I said, every muscle group has at least 3 to 4 different muscles within it, so trying to work it all. I would say for this, it's good. You can't really build the inner part of your chest. I think more for strength work. So when you come to do the other exercises, by the time you've done it for 2 or 3 months, you'll start noticing you're lifting a lot heavier. For that, I wouldn't say go ridiculously heavy either, because it's an awkward one to do. Now, I'll always finish on the Swift machine when it comes to my chest. The main reason is because, one, I've got a bit of assistance from the sides. As you can see, I can slip over the bar and get on those handles. I'm not going heavy at all for this. And the main reason is because this is the last bit. At this point, your chest is absolutely destroyed. It's just to get that little bit extra pump at the end. Now, I did film this a few days ago, and I have retried this again, and my chest was absolutely shaking after every day, because obviously when you're filming, you're trying to get the best angles possible. Now, shoulders. Now, I have started going back to this one. Now, I actually do really like this, to be honest with you, because unlike the dumbbells where you're trying to do a bit more swing when you go heavy at this, even if you go light as you can see the angle, it's like you're trying to like do like the cross sort of shape with your arms. When you're doing a swing sort of motion with the cables, it hits the delts really well. I mean, I actually do really enjoy that one. Even going very light, it still works. Now, I had to actually have someone film this, mostly because I've been telling people who I work with that I'm doing the full stack on the machine plus 30 kg in the back, which is what I've actually got right there. Now, I went back to this because this hand positions are fixed place, which means you can concentrate on just lifting the weight as much as you can, or as heavy as you can, and getting your form correct. That's why I like it. I will be going back to dumbbells shortly, just to see what I can lift. But altogether, I'm lifting about just over 100 kilograms altogether on that. So I was pretty pleased with that. Now, I originally used a bar to do this, but the only issue with it is that I found that after I started going heavy, I started swinging my body a bit, so the form started to go. The thing with dumbbells is that you got to find the right weight to get the right pump for the front delts. I would say for me it was 15 kilograms at between 16 and 20 reps of when you're doing like that. It's obviously 16 to 20 reps, but I do like the front ones, but I don't think I'll be doing them much longer. I think I'm going to add something new into the shoulders, because eventually the front just doesn't feel like it's doing anything. Now, originally, I think I may have shown you in the last video, I'm not quite sure, where I used to do with single arm lifts, like I did on the cables. You can't go wrong with this exercise. Obviously, there's different ways of doing it, but this is the way I like it. Don't bring it to your sides like I see most people do, because if you go heavy, you can't get a good pump. So, yeah, really enjoyed it. Thanks. So, next meal, obviously, I've done all the training. What I used to do after training, I used to have steak and rice, but the problem is it didn't actually fill me up. So as a quick source of protein, get in the system. Obviously I would have had the protein shake as well, but I'm going for meals now that not only fill me up, but also give me the calories, because you burn quite off when you do training. So I've started doing this now, where instead of doing rice and steak, I'm doing a pizza from Alio or Little, whichever one gets me the cheapest one. Just the oven-based one, and again another protein shake. I'll be doing this for a while. I will be doing this for a while now. For a lot of my videos, having this. I probably won't necessarily have all my diets in all my videos, but again, this is just for a quick after training. Like I said, I've got sweets that I'll probably snack on up until my last meal of the day, which I'll show you in a bit. So I'll see you then. Here we are, so end of the video now. Last meal of the day. So today I've actually been tracking my calories. Even though I've always been hungry throughout the day, I'm still only hitting 4.5, close to 5,000 calories. I probably will have to put my meals a bit more bigger shortly, but first of all, I hope you've enjoyed the video anyway. But yeah, so the last meal is 2 chicken fillets, sweet potato, which I've never had before in my life. This will be the first time. A handful of baby spinach, vegetables. I put a bit of barbecue sauce on the chicken as I was cooking, and then I've got a bit of chili, mayonnaise, before just a bit of flavour. Nothing else. That is going to be the last meal. Obviously, I will have a drink. Fizzy pop, not alcohol. Probably will have a few of my sweets later on, because I probably will get a little bit hungry. But yeah, last meal of the day. I'm not going to be able to see much of it the way I've got it done, but yeah, that's sort of it. I'm not going to show you the whole thing or move the camera because the angles, I can't get the angle on my phone properly. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed it. Like I said, please subscribe if you are watching this. Any ideas regarding diets you want me to try out, anything for training as well. If you want suggestions on how to train, because obviously you might not be, you might not be trying to put size on, you might be having a different goal in your mind. Open to any questions, please. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you at the next video.